Hello, Toddbog here with Breaking the Stream, and welcome to a new Let's Play of Conquest of Elysium 5. My last playthrough ended up in a mire. We ended up eliminating all but one opponent, the Bakamano player, but because of the amount of resilience the Warlock had, they ended up getting too strong for us to handle with the resources we had. That combined with a Hades event where spirits just came to the world and took all my stuff, ruined my economy, and so it was a tough go, and I probably made some mistakes over spending on Second Son. So if you get a chance, though, check it out. Definitely a fun playthrough. I didn't get to show off everything the High Priestess could do, unfortunately. So it may be a class that I revisit in the future. But going forward here, though, we're going to go ahead and start a new game. And thank you guys for your patience. I took a couple days off from recording just to recharge the batteries and honestly played a bit of Vampire Survivor and managed to get that to completion. Got all the achievements except for one now since they patched it. So anyways, so we're going to start a new game, and as always, this will be beginner friendly and played to completion. We play on a large map, and we're going to go ahead and choose battle reports. We keep a random society to keep things a little interesting, and then we hit the plus key here to change everybody to account difficulty with 6 AI. So unique random players. So today there's only a few left on our list to do. So today what we're going to run is the Witch. The Witch is one of 3 sacrifice classes that I have left here. So the Witch is definitely an interesting one for me. Did pretty well the last time we ran the Witch, but I want to see how they do, and then the new mix with the new powers and everything like that. So just as you expect, we're a witch. We collect fungi from the marshes and forests and use them to brew decoctions pleasant to the old ones. So we'll basically use those to summon old ones, and we'll be able to get some pretty interesting troops for sure. We do lack range attacks, so we do have an archer that we can recruit, and that archer is actually pretty fantastic. So we're going to be utilizing summons and other rituals and stuff. Poison Archer and Lizard Cavalry can also be recruited by spending fungi, and that's something we're going to be utilizing. So yeah, let's go ahead and take our Witch. Now, one of the things that they get, and we'll just go ahead and do our usual, is the ability to charm. If you get a good charm spell, that can really help your army. So, Androphage Lord. So this is our Witch. This is our starting area. Not the greatest starting area, honestly. Yeah, it looks like we don't start with any secondary resources, but there is an oasis nearby, and we can probably take this pretty easily. So we got ourselves our Witch, and then we have our Witch's Apprentice. Oh, look, we got Charm as a starting spell, which will allow us to charm as long as they're not mindless. Magic resistance can negate easily, though, so if they have a decent magic resistance, they'll avoid it. And then we have an Acid Cloud, which is fantastic. Does 1 to 2 poison damage. So we'll go through and what that all means. This is us. So this is myself here. As you can see, a Ritual Caster, Witchery level 2. So I've got Enchanted Sleep. That's a pretty good one too. Curse of the Frog Prince instead of Charm, unfortunately, is not as good. But let's see. We'll keep the... We'll go to Acid Cloud as well for this. So we'll take a look at our troops here, and that'll explain all the other things. The spells are important for our casters here. So we have 3 types of troops here. We've got the Androphage Spearmen. There are 3 things you want to look for: are hit points, hit points, armor, and then damage are your 3 things. And then you can start bringing other things into your calculations when you start getting familiar and comfortable with those. But your hit points are basically what they expect, damage that you can take before you die. Armor reduces damage by the amount you have in armor. So if you have 1 armor, every attack subtracts 1 from that damage roll. And then the damage itself is 1 to 4. That's a standard. This is a standard Spearman. You'll see them around. One thing Spearmen usually have is a shield, though, and that reduces attacks by a random amount. 0 to 1 against melee and 0 to 2 against range. So taken together, this is a standard troop, nothing special, nothing crazy. You know, Spearman versus Spearman, they'll kill each other usually in 1 to 2 rounds. Now, one thing I want to mention about damage just real quick is if you roll max damage, so if you roll a 4, You get to roll this again. Think of it as a die. You roll it again, subtract 1 from that die roll, and add it to your damage. If you roll max, you can keep going and going. So theoretically, you could get 1,000 damage on an attack with a spear. But the chances of that are so extremely slight that you'll never see that. But it's a way to overcome high armor targets, so that even they are not fully invincible. So now the Androphage Cavalry is fast, so it's going to move faster, get to the target faster, which means it's going to get surrounded and killed. So unless you do them in numbers, you have to be careful with them because they will get isolated. But as you can see, it has almost double the hit points, 1 armor, has 3 attacks here, right? Spear and bite are pretty good. Lance charge, though, is once per battle, so very powerful fighter. Armor and shield, so that means that it's going to hold its own. But like I said, it'll get surrounded and isolated, and that'll be problematic. Our archers shoot at a range of 5, and they have this poison bow, so it does 1 to 3 damage. Whenever you see a star, just right-click on it, and you can see it does 1 to 5 armor-negating poison damage, which is fantastic. So, they're definitely important there. So those are nice. And then, of course, us. We're not very good fighters at all. So we've got this and this. So the recruitment options we have are your spearmen, which we saw, your archers, which we saw, and we're going to probably spend once we start getting our fungal income going. The cavalry, which costs iron as well as the fungus, and those only come in units of 4. And then right now we got a special recruit for the Lord. So not a lot that we can recruit with gold. We're going to be doing more with the fungus. And then finally, we're going to look at our special powers. So whenever you're a ritual caster, you'll generally have these here, either the 1, 2, or 3, depending on the potential of the caster. And this will allow you to level up your rituals. So right now I have a level 1 because I have the lesser ritual, and I have the ritual mastery, which is level 2. So Bagai, locate swamps. Murderous Mist will be a enchantment on a castle. So not a great set of powers for her. So we're going to have to probably do some fishing. Minor Summoning, not the greatest, but we might want to use it a few times early on at least. So those fire ants are going to be a problem because they could take our stuff. So we're going to transfer all our troops into the army here, and we're going to go marching out. Let me see. Let's set a few things here. We're going to go buy iron if we get any trade. We got our fungus income. We've got everything here. Yep. So we're going to march out, and we're going to start taking things. So the first thing we got to do is eliminate these fire ants, which will be overrun, which is good, because otherwise they can move and take our tower. And you lose if you lose your last Citadel, which you can hit I on it to see that whenever you see that crown, it's a Citadel. So anytime you lose your last Citadel, or you lose your last leader, you lose the game. So, and we're going to take out this Spider Tribe village. So these guys also have poison bows, which can be problematic. And then he casts witchery as well, but I think our casts are going to be much more powerful. So we should only lose 2 troops, I'm thinking. So let's view it. So when you do the battles, they'll move. Then they'll try and do an attack. Yeah, we're going to lose him. Just like I said, he's taking all the shots, as you can see here. But we're all basically going to try and do whatever attacks we can do. And then once those attacks are done, we move again and we start the process over again. So, okay. So we did lose the 2 troops, the cavalry, which I was expecting. And then, yeah, that's pretty much what we did. But now we've got an income of 2 because this gives us that. It gives us a fungus as well because it is a jungle on top of that. So this one right here will give us our first trade. So we'll just snag that real quick. And now we'll have a source of iron at a cost of gold. So we'll be able to... I don't know if iron's our best option right now, but... that man flayer. So I want to show you this. If we can get this, this is cool because he's a necromancer. And once you get a necromancer, you start collecting a different resource, the Hands of Glory. And that can be extremely powerful. Just because he can summon troops that you can't get otherwise, and a resource that you're not using in any other fashion. So, alright, we need to probably get our butts out of here, but that's too many goblins. And that's just 3 spiders. Alright, came here to take the jungle. At least get some fungus income. Alright, we can't fight and take these guys, so we're just going to have to go slowly. So movement is done by boots. So as you can see on a mountain, movement cost is 3. Same with jungle. So these are the worst terrain. Deserts are 2, forests are 2, and then, yeah, and then obviously 1 for plains, 2 for hills, things like that. So unfortunately, we're going across terrible terrain, which means we're slow. So we're going to take this route. Give us at least the option. And then there's a deficit. So, yeah, see, it took my stupid fungus production back. There's a deficit. So we moved across 2 desert. That's 4. We only have 3. So next turn, you'll see that we only have 2 left here. So not really much that can be done about that. But now we can get up into this area. Now, giant mantises are pretty tough. They have 1 armor, 17 hit points. But they're not going to be able to live against our poison bows and acid and sleep. Oh, we charmed one. Beautiful. That's what I want to see. There we go. So that'll help. Blue giant is a giant poison mushroom. This one's a sleep mushroom that does poison as well. 46 hit points. So yeah, that one's a tougher one to fight. So we'll go here and we'll take this for the forest. But snow adds 1 to all your movement costs. So if it... Ooh, see, our necromancer got eliminated due to no troops left. We're not making a lot of gold, and that spider is unfortunately coming for all our stuff, apparently. Meteor struck down into an iron mine. Oh, wow. Eliminating an iron mine. That's interesting. Alright. So we're going to go kill this spider because we need that back. Knowing our luck, he's going to attack our... No, he moved away. Okay, we're going to take that back. Still don't have enough gold. We're not making a lot of gold, unfortunately. We'll kill you. Yeah, this is slow going. We might have to do a few minor summons here. Alright, so we killed them all. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. So we've got the 52 mushrooms. Now, you see this has a sacrifice level. When I do my summonings, unlike a lot of other classes that summon, it's not guaranteed. So you can spend up to 150% of the cost in order to get a better chance at it. So because we're so small, we're going to do that. Black Cat Familiar. Not what I wanted, but... yeah, it's basically a failure summons, essentially, without being a failure summons. So we're gonna save up a little bit, and we'll worry about that again. Green ooze. It is immune to acid, right? Yeah. But it is not. It is immune to poison as well. So we just have to kill it straight, and we're not going to be able to do that right now with what we have. Is it fairly magic resistant? No, it is not. But it is mindless, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so we can't charm it. Alright, well, we'll chill. Alright. All these recruits we can't do. We're just going to slowly move across the jungle here. We'll kill things and look for resources while we're at it. Ant, you are not mindless. I could possibly charm you. Ants are dangerous. Giant ants. 21 hit points, 2 armor. That's a big reason. And then they have this acid spray that can hit 2 targets for 1 to 4 acid damage, ignoring all armor. So that's problematic. But if we can get them, that'd be cool. That is way too many of those guys. This is not a great start for us. And we didn't cast any charms, so... Alright, well, there we go. Academy of Higher Magic. I definitely want to take this when we get a chance. It's a lot of casters on it. We'll look at it later. We'll look at it now. Archmage is one of the most powerful casters, if you can get one. Simply because, unless it's only if the AI has it, they get access to all the different ritual magics. But right now it's got Golden and Iron Arcana, which is an interesting collection of stuff for sure. pretty powerful caster because it's the dual caster. Pyromancers are always powerful. Warlocks of Water are pretty good too. Black Sorceress can have some interesting spells. Her most powerful is a just straight up delete. Disintegrate is quite good. Oh my god, and they have a Bloodstone Amulet, so that gives regeneration, which can be quite useful. So yeah, we'll definitely have to take them out at some point, but for now, we're just going to try and steal another ant, or steal an ant for the first time. And the Illusionist got eliminated. Just acid all the time, I guess. That's what we want to do. Alright, what can we do? Let's kill the monkey. And then there's a Serpent Tribe village. Thank God. I need some. We'll go ahead and drop some archers there. And winter's here. Doesn't really matter to us. Alright, we're going to go ahead and use your special power. Ooh, I did that without pumping it up, but now we got a bunch of frogs. Frogs are completely worthless as well, but, you know, they do fill space. Let those archers do their thing. Okay, good. We got a couple Serpent Tribe villages. That'll be kind of helpful. Alright. Nice. So we did pretty well. Ooh, mirror armor. Is that on the... Yeah, they had mirror armor. So mirror armor is pretty cool. It adds 2 to your armor, or it makes your armor 2. So it doesn't add 2, which is a little different than some. But adds magic resistance and hit points as well. So that could be very useful for now. Gives us a much stronger person once we have the armor equipped. I don't think we need... We need to keep troops, unfortunately. I don't think anything's going to hit us, although that witch or serpent magic is problematic. Are we immune to poison? We have a 50% poison resistance. They do not. Okay. Alright. We'll just go here. View that. So I'm speeding it up just because there really isn't any surprises here. As you can see, we lost a frog, but nothing crazy there. Alright, we're starting to see some things. That's a Spider Tribe village as well, Witchery level 1. I did not notice that because it had the spider as the top thing. Interesting. Alright, go there. Keep taking over our local area, I guess. It's giving us fungal income, so... And we're getting gold from all these villages. Just dwarf workers. Okay, we'll look at the dwarves in a bit here. Alright. And I bet you... Nope, we didn't kill any of our people with those acid clouds. That's good. Alright. Okay. So, living armor are interesting. This is something that the enchanter can make. Has 3 armor, 10 hit points, and does 1 to 11 or 1 to 10 damage on a sweep, which means if it has leftover damage, it applies to the next target in a row. They're pierce resistant, mindless because they're just a construct, and then they are resistant to pretty much most of the damage channels. Not acid, so that is something that would probably eat them alive. And then these only have 1 hit point. Again, acid will eat them alive, but there's no reason for me to take this right now. Because that strange portal could be good, could be bad, but definitely keeps it interesting. So, alright. We need to find better points of interest. Anything with gold. Towns. We're going to take forest whenever we can, just because I do need the fungal income as well. That's an oasis that I didn't notice before. I don't know if I really need the iron at this point, so let's change our trade over to fungus. So we're getting 2 fungus per gold we spend, which will definitely be helpful. Let's go ahead and do a Ritual of Mastery. Mirror, mirror. Okay. Well, figure out what that means later. Alright. Guess we'll crush these serpents. And okay, finally we're seeing some clear territory anyways. Fungus year, yeah, doubles fungus income. Okay. All right. Okay. So this is our first citadel that is controlled by the enemy. It's a fortification. That should not be a problem at all for us. We'll take some damage from the crossbows, but between sleep and acid, we'll be able to eliminate it. However, I think we'll be better served going for this mine first, and then we can move out to attack the tower. So this mine has dwarves. Dwarves are pretty hardy because they all have at least 2 armor and a shield. But again, acid rain is just going to ruin their days. Oh, one good thing about frogs is that they're tiny. So 50% of the time, the enemy will not be able to hit them. So that's a benefit to having a large group of frogs that do 1 damage. And of course, something took that, of course. Let's see. How do we want to do this? Let's go up here. And 72 gold, huh? We'll wait till we take this, because then I can reinforce the army up here. Alright, so let's do this. And the question is, do I want to use the fungus? Okay, well, there's the nearest enemy army. It is a Hoburger, not the Markgraf. Why am I blanking on the class here? But yeah, basically a Burgmeister. Thank you. So Burgmeister is the Hobbitses. Their benefit is they get massive numbers of troops, and the troops can be fairly hardy because of these large shields, which block 0 to 2 and then 0 to 4 against range. And they usually have an armor. So the only downside is they only have 3 hit points. So when they do get through all that armor, they generally will die. And with things like the acid spray that we have, we're going to do some damage. That sucks. I was supposed to take that. All right. Well, we found a mine and we found another enemy, so that's not great. All right. Winter's here. All right. No futzing around. We'll go ahead and use our special power here. We're just getting everything that I don't want. So Miasma makes a swamp spread a thick green mist that's poisonous all life. Will blow with neighboring lands as well and kill their entire towns if they're nearby. Some monsters like the green mist will appear in swamps ready to serve our witch. So since we haven't found a swamp yet, that's not going to be as useful, but you know, at least we have it. I just need some sort of summons. Come on, guys. I need something to make our armies better. So towers give you a benefit. I wish they would show your fortification bonus as a bonus thing here or something like that. But basically, by being on the wall here, they're more powerful. They have more armor and they do more damage as ranged attackers. But as you can see, our acids doing some damage there. So okay. So we did lose 3 frogs, but that's to be expected, so not bad at all. All right, so that's what we have here. Is we have a barbarian friend in yellow. Barbarians can be pretty nasty. Their base troop is a bit better than ours. 8 hit points, 1 to 8 damage, and as you can see, they have this berserk, which you expect from barbarians. So once they take any damage, they do an additional point of damage, so the 1 to 9. And then they will fight until negative hit points, negative 20%. So they'll get a bonus to the morale as well. So, and they got shields, so they hit hard. These are their barbarian cavalry, but they're bowmen, so they'll actually shoot from a distance. So they're a little harder to kill as well. But otherwise, they're a standard bowmen. So our poison bowmen will do well against them. This is their leader, and then they do have a standard archer here as well, which just has more hit points and berserks. So. Overall, not too scary for us, especially now that we're getting the next set of archers here. But we do need a melee line, and right now we don't have that. So, do I want to kill this group off? And I think the answer is yes. We'll be able to do that fairly well. So we'll do that. All right. So spell casting will be the difference here. Oh, we have to kill him. We had him charmed. I wish we do the charm earlier, but yeah, what are you gonna do? So Market Village is great because it gives gold, which is reduced by snow, unfortunately, but it also gives trade. And then, so it's a nice little thing when the snow thaws. It's definitely a good source of income, and we need that to kind of reinforce our troops. I'm saving gold, though, to keep leaders around so that we can do that. Let's go ahead and use my special power. There we go. That's what I wanted. Major summoning. So I can go basically down to this, and let's try it. Okay, he looks like an archer, right? But that would be a mistake. The hard part is figuring out where he's at. Is that him? Yeah. So he's a doppelganger, and you'll attack him. He looks like an archer, and then this is what he has. His tentacles coming out of his back. He has 36 hit points. He has an armor. He does regeneration, so 5% of his hit points come back each round. So that's fantastic, too. So what, 1 in 20, so about 2 hit points a round. Blunt resistant for what that's worth, poison resistance, but as you can see, he has this thing called assassination, strikes anywhere. So he'll attack 3 targets, 1 to 7 damage, armor negating before the battle even starts. And then when he does get into fight, he shoots a poison bow, first of all, with extra damage. And then he also has 3 attacks in melee as well, so 4 attacks, sorry, mutation tentacles and all. So yeah, so doppelgangers are cool. I don't know if it's exactly what I want right now, but as you can see, he is a leader as well, which is really cool. So all right, let's kind of swing back around. I want to kind of start working our way down here and maybe taking more of our stuff back. All right, we'll just take this forest for now. Okay, and should we kill the dwarves? That is the next question. So now we have something to save up for, which is the major summons. So we'll go ahead and kill these dwarves just to keep them away from our stuff. And then looks like something took all our villages, which is unfortunate. And there's a barbarian, of course. All right, battle in the mountains. There we go. So I'll let you see this again. So he attacked 3 times. Rolled poorly on the damage, 3, 1, and 1, but that's what happens sometimes. So, all right. I can't see what he is, unfortunately. Let me put up some archers here. That'll give us visibility and some defenses. It probably won't be enough, knowing my barbarian friends, but we'll take this market village as well, and hopefully we can demonstrate a better assassination. Okay, and then that's the other cool thing. You get doppel spawn when you kill them. I was hoping you'd see this. So he became a doppel spawn, and this thing regenerates, has 6 hit points, and has 2 attacks. So not the craziest thing, but can be interesting, especially if you manage to hit the leader and turn them in, because obviously killing a leader is great, or just get things near the mages that will then start attacking them. So yeah, and it doesn't tell you that it turns it into doppel spawn. So let's see. Yeah, it tells you here in the description, so sometimes reading the description is useful. Unlike the victims of ordinary octopuses, those killed by the doppelganger tentacles will transform into small heaps with many tentacles. And as you can see, the regeneration worked, and we gained the doppel spawn, so we'll slowly grow an army if we can keep that up. Well, let's start bouncing through these things here. Bottoms here, so I'm basically going to take these, and then we'll have enough, I think, to summon another major summon. Yeah, this is the unfortunate slow part here because of the desert. Being in the southern hemisphere, it's jungle, I should say, and that does cause problems. So meteor crashed right through the clouds, destroying it and continuing downward, and struck into a hill. So meteors don't help us. It helps classes that need gems, because it'll give you a source of gems from the heavens. But all right, let's get that double spawn under us. The green ooze we should be able to take out once we do our summons. That I'm not happy with. I hate Dryad. But okay, well, we'll figure this out. All right, let us go ahead and use our special power. We'll go to full 150 and major summon. All right, so now we got a big beefy dude. Oh, that's a jungle tree. Root monster is giant sized, which is useful in some respects, but it's pierce and blunt resistant, has 87 hit points, 2 armor, and it does 1 to 16 damage. So it's just a big chunky guy. Fantastic for front line, and will be very useful for these next couple fights here we're going to do. So, yeah, you little bastard. All right, Apocalypse is coming closer. So we got a Voice of L player. Plague has come to Elysium. Okay. All right, very nicely done. So we now have that coal mine, and we're going to get this coal mine under control. That's a big barbarian chief, huh? So, trolls are nasty because they have good armor, great damage, and they regenerate with decent hit points. But in a horde like this, we're going to be able to do some serious damage, especially since they, if they attack frogs, they have a chance of just not hitting them, and that just negates that giant attack. So, as you can see, they killed 1 frog all told. And the fact that we were killing goblins with the doppelganger's attack means we got more doppel spawn. So that was a great fight for us, all told. Do we want to take out this? I think that should be fine. The big thing is this poison explosion on death. The doppel spawn are poison resistant 100%. You guys are not, though, and that's the problem. So, are you poison resistant? You are. Also pierce resistant. I'm looking at it just because I can take it, but it's not worth the loss of troops that I'm going to have here. Okay. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen, and yeah, you're just going to be annoying. So this is too much for our defenders to do, but we'll do some damage. Their archers are going to do some damage too, though, so... So overall, we did kill 9 of their troops, 3 lancers, 5 barbarian warriors, and a swordsman. So well worth the trade there. Let's go ahead and grab some more archers, and we'll return home and grab those 10 archers, and then we're going to go back up. And we should probably call this video soon. A scout, definitely worth it. We'll grab him. The scout allows us to see, with acute senses, invisible units. I don't know if you noticed, but our friend here is not visible even though he's near our stuff, and that's because he's got jungle and forest stealth. Oh, which way do we go? We're going to go like this, and then, yeah, we'll end our turn, and then we'll call it here. Yeah, that's annoying. So we'll call it here. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you again for your patience as it took a couple days off from recording, and we'll be back to it, daily schedule, and you'll see updates on this as we go. It's a rough start, but I think we'll turn this around. So thanks, and I'll catch you guys next time.